Hi, I'm Nathaniel Cline from the Northeast Ohio Media Group, previewing the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather boxing fight this Saturday. Pay-per-view, 9 p.m. Branson, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I got to come up with some money for this pay-per-view. $100, man.
It is. It's quite a bit, and we're going to get into a little bit more about that. What's your plans on Saturday and catching the fight.
Okay.
So,
right.
but first of all, in previewing the fight getting ready to come up, I want to first find out from you. Where were you when you found out the news that these two would be squaring off again?
Well, I had a little bit of an advantage. A friend of mine works for Al Heyman, and he gave me indication 2 months before the announcement that it's a big possibility. So if you're planning on coming out here to the fight, you better make your reservations now. Well, I made my reservations, but I'm going to be here in Cleveland. I'm going to watch it on TV. I would say I would rather be in Vegas, but Cleveland's a good spot to see the fight. So, but when he told me that and when it actually happened, I was excited, as most boxing fans, that finally it's here after maybe 5 years that fans have waited for this to happen. And after those 5 years, it's finally here, and it's going to happen Saturday.
And one of the key words that you just mentioned was waiting. waiting,
Yes.
and between delays, between requests for drug tests, all that kind of stuff. What do you think led to the decision to get to this point where we are now?
Well, I think it was about time as far as Floyd was concerned. He had that 6-fight deal with Showtime and CBS. And after this fight, he only has one more left. So if he is going to, if you say, be where he is as far as his legacy, then he has to have those fights. I mean, if you're a great fighter, you have to have great fights. You have to have the type of fights that define you. And a fight with Manny Pacquiao will help define him, assuming that he wins the fight. So he needed to do this. And then the things about the drug testing and things like that, and Manny said that he would take the test. So there was no more excuses. So with no more excuses and with the fans wanting to see this, you have to do it. But let me tell you this. There's also talk that Floyd could have done this a long time ago, but he wanted this to continue to build. I'm not sure if this fight would have made as much money 4 or 5 years ago than it is now. Floyd Mayweather's up to make $180 million because people have been clamoring for this so much. So if he indeed thought that, I mean, what a great business move. But if not, man, why do we have to wait so long for this to happen?
Yeah, just keep us, off the edge of our seats waiting for this too. So, over the last few months here, I've read stories. You've talked to Sean Porter, who's a famous boxer here in this area. You talked to some of the NBA players around here as well. But who stood out to you in your conversation with them about their analysis of this boxing match coming up?
Probably Floyd's uncle, Jeff Mayweather. He's not his trainer as Floyd's uncle Roger is, but Jeff is around Floyd enough to know about his training, to know how his nephew is preparing for this fight. And I was just surprised, Jeff basically making it just like another walk in the park, like it's going to be easy. And that's how he came across, and that's what his quotes were, that it's going to be an easy fight, and at some point that his nephew, Floyd, was going to catch Pacquiao. And I was a little bit surprised by that. I mean, of course, his uncle, he's going to say good things about his nephew, but Jeff is also a former fighter, and he's also a trainer. So for him to say that about this fight, I was pretty surprised by that.
Saturday, you're going to be providing live updates at cleveland.com on the boxing match. But I want to find out from you, is there one thing that you're going to be focusing on during that match?
Oh, man, I'm going to be glued to my seat and glued with my eyes on that screen like everybody else. But what I'm curious about is we know Floyd is a good defensive fighter, and we know Pacquiao likes to initiate the action. And I wouldn't say I would be surprised, but what I am looking for, and I would be surprised if Mayweather knocks him out, but I think he'll have a chance to do that because the way Pacquiao fights, he likes to come in and jump in and out. In fact, the fight that he did, Marquez knocking him out, he jumped in, and it was a perfect time punch by Marquez. So I'm looking for that, to see if Floyd will actually catch him. And I'm hoping it's an exciting fight. I mean, the people that are paying out all that money, and just the fact that we waited for so long for this. I mean, if it's a snoozer, I mean, that would just be a bad thing for boxing.
Before we give readers and viewers the details of the fight coming up, would you mind kind of sharing one of your ideas as far as catching this fight on Saturday?
Oh, you mean the fans can invite me?
Yes,
And I'll pay for it? Absolutely. Well, we came up with this idea for the fans that, I mean, $100 is hard to get by. I mean, I don't care how much money you have. $100 is $100. But you can invite me to your fight party. Give me a good reason why your fight party is better than someone else's fight party. And I'll come if I accept your reasons why. And I'll come there with $100 in cash to pay for your pay-per-view. But you must have a nice seat for me because I'm working. I'm going to work, and so I need a nice seat and something where I can see the screen clearly, and I can do my live blog from your home through the Plain Dealer and cleveland.com.
Branson could be in your home, and if he can't be in your home, make sure you keep rubbing those dimes and nickels together for this fight again. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Saturday at 9 p.m. Pay-per-view. Branson, I hope you enjoy the fight, and thanks again for joining us. Please be sure to make sure you check out for more updates at cleveland.com.